What's up, YouTube? And I'm back. It's actually been 3 weeks again since I made a video, and I'm pretty much under the weather today. I've been pretty fucking sick, but I got a lot of things to do. And it's been definitely an interesting 3 weeks. Things have changed always, like usual life circumstances. We're almost finally done and finally getting a place. Um, I actually found a job, which is well, steady work rather, which is really beneficial to the situation. That's one of the things that was keeping this at a standstill. Um, the only bad thing is I'm sick, and that always weighs heavy on me when I'm sick because it stops a lot of things. And if I have to go to the hospital or not able to go through, then it stops all productivity for me. Well, today is actually what, March 8th? Yeah. And I'm actually on my way to finalize this thing for this job, get my security check in and background check, and get fingerprinted for this. So I'm looking forward to it. And I'm also not looking forward to working for someone else. I didn't think it would weigh that heavy on me, but actually it is. Stop it! It is. Sorry. Um, I've been so used to being able to sustain myself. Now that I have to put so many things in other people's hands to work for someone else, it's really unsettling and discerning to me at the moment. Um, but I'm gonna push through that. So we'll see how I'm able to get things stable where I can transition back into being only able to rely on myself and my job and the things I want to do. So we'll see how that goes. Fitness is still going pretty good, actually. We're a couple of months away from June. Hopefully, I am going to make my competition. Work will definitely interfere with that, and being sick is also interfering with that. I'm sorry, you guys, my voice is probably going to go before this video is over. Um, I think the last video I told you I started some new things in between there and a new hobby, which is actually taking off very well. We're just unfortunately going to take a back seat for the next couple of weeks because I have to get things in order. But it's been really beneficial to me spiritually and as a person, and it makes me feel good. Um, the family is doing a little better, and as much as it can be. A lot of issues have been dealt with and still getting dealt with, which is always a plus. Progress is always something appreciated here. And it's just now, it's just really trying to buckle down and get the stability for everybody so they can have the freedom of mind and be able to deal with a lot of these issues that's coming up. It's so hard for me to breathe, you guys. And I really have to go talk to like a million people in a couple hours. And this is one of those days I want to really push through. Um, Over the last couple of weeks, I have really, even more so, came to light with a lot of people in my life and speaking up and telling them, this is where I'm at and this is what I want. And if you can't be a part of that or not willing to be a part of that, I'm cutting you the fuck out. And I know I talked about this a couple times in the last couple of months, but a lot of people are really butthurt about that. And I'm not giving them any sympathy. I have empathy for them, but I'm not giving them any sympathy because you knew all the circumstances. You made a choice to have it go this way. And I hate that a few now are, trying to be resentful and reluctant and assholes and throw shit in my face because I want to go no now. Like, I should have told you no a long time ago. But, that empathy I have for you didn't allow that shit to happen. It's really interesting to see people get resentful when you stand up for yourself or you just say no more to their bullshit. And it's crazy because a lot of people don't have people to tell them no. And I think a lot of times we can say more no's than we say yes. And it's been a struggle to implement that because you know the outcome. I mean, especially when you're dealing with big ass babies and inconsiderate people, and this is gonna be just a drag to try to get them to understand. And I don't even want to try to get people to understand. You either get it or you don't. And that's where I'm at now. Like, you get it or you don't. we had a big death in the family, which is greatly affected me. It's someone very, very close to me, and it's been a part of my life since I can remember. It's like a brother. Well, he is my brother. We grew up in the same household, been through a lot of the same struggles, and even though after we moved from my grandparents' house, we saw each other less, mostly family holidays and big events like that. There was several points in my life where my cousin was really there for me, and even as of recently, we went through this period where he actually saved me twice. Another time in my life, I went through a really hard time. It was when I had my daughter Anais, and I was going through the first transition of getting my life back together. This is actually kind of how all this started, in the middle of all this starting. And I was just at this point where I didn't care anymore. I just that's when everything stopped. And I got to this real depressive low state. And I remember one day I was just walking down the street and I hear somebody just blowing their fucking horn. And it's my cousin Larry. And he just gets out of the car and gives me this big hug, and we saw the guy in his truck and we just talked. He was on his way back from work. He was doing air conditions then. And he was just like, yo guys, I know shit's hard, but you gotta make it through it. And at that point, he was my rock for a couple of months. He checked in on me, we talked and hung out. And then, we went separate ways and we saw each other again, holidays and stuff like that, and through Facebook. And recently, maybe like 3 years ago, we started really having conversations through Messenger, and he was going through some things, and we started talking about real life and knowledge about life in this world. And a lot of things were weighing really heavy on him. And, so we had been communicating all this time. And I saw him, last time I actually saw him in person was maybe a couple of months ago at a family function, holiday, And we were laughing about some things that happened to us when, things we lived through in my grandparents' house when we all lived there. And, he looked at me and he's like, I know we all have been through so much, but, you guys have always been 100 in my family, and I love you, and, the usual. And after that, our talks got really so deep and heavy. And I miss him a lot now. I didn't think that, I took for granted just the small conversations and small interactions we had recently, because I'm thinking he's always going to be there, and now he's not. And I miss him. So, but my heart is not that broken because I know I'm going to see him next lifetime. So it's not that bad for me. But for my other family that haven't reached that spiritual knowing ability, it's really hard for them. And I'm going to have to watch them go through some pain, that grief. Grief is hard, you guys. I don't know if you guys ever been through some grief, and not just someone passing or, heartbreak. It's a lot to do with grief, especially when you break up with somebody you've been with a long time, or you lose someone. It's the feeling of that person that you knew not being there anymore. It's just this empty void, And the closer you are with somebody, the more it hurts, and the longer it takes to get past. And truth be told, no one really gets past it. You just learn how to accept it and deal with it, or integrate it in your everyday life where it doesn't mess up day-to-day functions, And, like his mom, I know she's just, her soul's ripped out. And as a parent, I can't even imagine, and I'm blessed to have all my children here with me. I can't even imagine what that feels like for her, And our family's already been plagued with many deaths. And we always go in threes, so we're all sitting here talking in the background like, man, we know this started the chain of events, of disasters, and everybody's kind of on edge. We're still trying to push through, but I know our heart is broken, And, there's no words that can fix that. There's no comfort. Everybody's like, oh, it's going to get better, better. No one really wants to hear that shit. They don't. They just want the pain to stop. And there's nothing you can do to take away that pain. They have to go through it. And you can be supportive. You can be there. You can be that shoulder. But nobody wants to really hear that bullshit, Because we all know that those words don't do shit, So, and his sisters, beautiful, amazing people, his buddy, his crime partner in crime is his younger sister, like his left hand and right hand man at the same time. I know she's just devastated. Get out of the trash. Sorry, my dog in the trash. I can't even reach out to her and make anything go away. I just gotta be there and wait, see what I can do for it. Funny story about Larry is the only thing I've ever been pissed at him before. Always in life is something so stupid and petty, and it's so funny thing you say it now. We were just talking about this like 2 weeks ago. It's really funny. I remember one day I came home from school, and him and my other cousin Adrian had cut off all the hair of my dolls, and they got two I really liked. My mom had gave me this vintage Malibu Stacy, and it was only at the time I had never seen Malibu Stacy because we were young and it wasn't too around. And it's like early 80s, like late 70s. And she had them since she was a kid. And the first doll I ever seen with a tan, And then my strawberry shortcake. Oh my gosh, I was into the strawberry shortcake so hard, still am. And they cut all the hair off of them. And it was so funny. It's funny to me now, but I was fucking pissed at the time. And normally I would have just roughed them. My mom told me I couldn't do it. But I came home to them just playing with bald dolls and all the hair everywhere. And I can only imagine my face of devastation when I walked into the room. And the first thing they did was blank stare and like, oh, and try to put them all in the house and leave. Like, no, that's not going to help anything. But every time I think of him, I think about him and cutting the hair off my doll. And that's the only thing that I've ever been pissed at my whole entire life. There's been a lot of good times, and I'm glad I got to share those things and got to live with my cousin at my grandparents' house. My grandparents' house is it was the house of warmth and everything. We all got a chance to be ourselves there. There's a lot of hard things in there too. A lot of psychological damage that's all families go through, but there's a lot of amazing, priceless, good memories and times that, I'm glad we got to share. And, it's just going to be really hard. And this just brings that reality, that, one day we're all going to be out of here. We're all going to take that trip, we're all going to pass away. And it's just having someone so young and so full of life and had so much more life to live to be gone, and it's just crazy. And there's really some crazy circumstances on how he went. We're really not sure, which is crazy, even more crazy, and it's iffy because he was good, he was fine, and then he's not. He's just gone, and it's still a shock, and it still hasn't set in all the way. It's almost time to go say our goodbyes, and as that day gets closer, I'm like, wow, you know what to expect. I never really had someone this close to me pass away. It's still a little unreal, Anyway, guys, now that I rambled and ranted on, I got a big day ahead of me, and I look like shit right now. Which I'm about to go and put the face on. And get mentally ready and prepared for this and talk to these people so I can get this money going, you guys. And I just want you guys, I hope you guys are staying powerful, peaceful, and productive like always. Remember to love your loved ones, keep them close, and enjoy every minute, every minute of the day with them that you can. Appreciate them and let them appreciate you. Show them that you care. a lot of times we thinking, well, it's really time for me to get the shit together. A lot of times we think that physical things is the best way to show that we care, and it's not. We forget about the spiritual and emotional things that we need to give. That unphysical love, you know. There's a lot of times we forget just we're here, but we're not here. You know, how many times did we sit in the same room with somebody and like, oh, I was there, but you're not there? Change those things, you guys. Interact with each other, you know. Have those priceless moments that you can never get back once they're gone. Well, you guys, I'm actually getting here now because my dog's running them up. Hey! Chill it. But not love it. I'll talk to you guys soon. Hopefully not in another 3 weeks. Hopefully.